Hello and welcome to another edition of Gadabout Football. My name's Adam and today I want to talk about the best 11 not to win the Champions League. The Champions League, or the European Cup as it was originally known before rebranding, has been established as the greatest club competition in the world. This tournament has been won by some of the greats of the game: George Best, Marco van Basten, Lionel Messi and Jonathan Greening. However, in this Gadabout Football list, I'm giving you a rundown of the football legends, 1 to 11, who have never quite managed to get their hands on the trophy, despite being worthy enough to win it. For simplicity, this 11 will be a traditional 4-4-2 because 1, I am old enough to have bought the original copies of 442 magazine, and 2, it gives me an extra spot for a striker who's missed out. Furthermore, in order to keep it a little bit more contextual, players will only be included in this list that have actually taken part in the competition, so unfortunately there will be no should have been Sir Bobby Moore. Also, if they're still playing and in their prime, they've also been bumped. As this video is a bit lengthy, it will be released in 3 separate parts, with the full version being released after that. Anyway, let's go. In goal, whilst there are a number of possibilities, there is a clear winner here. Well up there with the greatest of all time, Gianluigi Buffon. The Parma and Juve legend, with a career spanning more than a quarter of a century and having won pretty much everything worth winning in the game, is still missing a Champions League winner's medal. Despite being back at his beloved Juve, time is fast running out for everyone's favourite Italian keeper, and the adopting of the number 77 shirt this time around seems to suggest that if he does win it, he will only be a bit part player in proceedings. The furthest Buffon ever came to winning it were 3 finalist appearances for Juve in 2003, 2015 and 2017, with the 2003 match against fellow Italian giants AC Milan being the best opportunity of the lot. The Bianconeri lost to the Rossinieri 3-2 on penalties, with Buffon's 2 saves in the shootout following a dull 120 minutes of normal time without a goal, not being enough to take home a winner's medal. At right back we've got Bertie Vokes. Bertie Vokes is a Borussia Mönchengladbach and West German legend, playing 31 games in the old European Cup during the 70s. He was affectionately known as the Terrier, but unfortunately for Vokes, these appearances didn't culminate in Mönchengladbach being crowned champions of Europe. Vokes won 5 West German league titles in 8 seasons with Die Fohlen, in an era where Franz Beckenbauer's Bayern Munich took 3 consecutive European titles. In that time, Vokes did get his hands on 2 UEFA Cups as well as a German Pokal. More glory came with the national side, Vokes winning a European Championships winners' medal in 1972, following it up with a World Cup winners' medal on home soil 2 years later. This often underrated star outside of Germany, Vokes was also part of the Bundesliga Team of the Seasons on no fewer than 9 occasions, West German Footballer of the Year twice, and again emulated that feat at national level by being included in the FIFA World Cup All-Star team in 1974 and 78. As Liverpool fans will undoubtedly comment below, the closest Vokes got to winning the trophy was leading out his side in the 1977 European Cup final against the Reds in Rome. Vokes didn't have the best of games after being penalised for bringing down Kevin Keegan late on, conceding a penalty. Phil Neal duly converted, Liverpool took the game 3-1 and retained the trophy. And you probably only remember him as a manager of Azerbaijan, or to a lesser extent, Scotland. At centre-back, Diego Godin. An import to Europe from Uruguay, Diego Godin is one of the most admired, respected and toughest centre-backs in the game today. Or at least he was a few years ago. The reason Godin qualifies for the list, despite still playing well into his 30s, is that he's currently playing for Cagliari, and Champions League glory seems a light year away. Diego Godin has represented his country a massive 137 times from 2005, picking up a Copa America in 2011. However, we're interested in the Uruguayan's credentials club-wise for this list, and those are pretty impressive. After 3 seasons with Villarreal, Godin moved to Atletico Madrid for a paltry €8 million, a bargain, spending 9 superb seasons with the Colchoneros, excuse the pronunciation. Before the club he was so loyal to avoided a testimonial and dumped him in 2019 to Inter. In his time at Atletico, Godin grabbed a league title and a Copa del Rey, as well as 2 Europa Leagues and 3 Super Cups. The South American strongman had 2 brushes with greatness in 2014 and 16, losing to derby rivals Real both times. Despite losing on penalties in 2016, it was far closer first time around, when Godin actually put Atletico Madrid ahead, where they held the lead for the best part of an hour until Sergio Ramos scored in time added on at the end of the game. Why sides don't put men on posts anymore at corners, I do not know, but that's for another video. That goal resulted in an Atletico collapse, Real eventually running out as 4-1 winners, which seemed like a travesty at the time, but I'm sure that Diego will be happy with the silver lining that he made my 11 as a result. Occupying that second centre-back spot, Lilian Thuram. After Gianluigi Buffon, French central defender Lilian Thuram is probably the least controversial player on this list. World Cup and Euros winner, Thuram won a record 142 caps for France in their golden period of the late 90s and early noughties. Hailing from the French overseas département of Guadeloupe, Lilian Thuram split most of his playing career amongst 3 clubs, Monaco, Parma and Juve, along with a 2-year stint at Barcelona towards the end of his career. Playing 10 years of his career at Monaco and Parma meant Thuram only made his debut in the 93-94 competition. More opportunities arrived with the 2001 move from Parma to Juve with, you guessed it, and there's already been a bit of a spoiler for how it turned out, Gianluigi Buffon. Juventus obviously gave Thuram as little joy as it did Buffon in the Champions League, and a swan-song move at 34 years of age to Barcelona didn't bring him much closer. For a player of this quality, the Frenchman's array of club-level winners' medals is relatively sparse. A couple of Serie A titles with Juve, a French Cup with Monaco, an Italian Cup and UEFA Cup with Parma. The closest Lilian Thuram got to the Champions League winners' podium immortality was in the previously mentioned final defeat to Milan in 2003 on penalties. Completing the defence at left-back, Giorgio Cellini. Right, you'll be seeing a theme here. Juventus stalwarts. Actually, I could have done a 1-11 in this category just using Juventus players. However, I'm almost certain that this is the last one. Maybe. So please forgive me, there was a real dearth of non-European Cup Champions League winners for this position, until you enlighten me with your comments below, of course. With over 100 caps for the Azzurri, Giorgio Cellini is a player that deserves respect. He may have missed out on the victorious Italian World Cup winning squad, but he has made up for it in his club career. After unproductive stints at Livorno and Roma, including a loan move to Fiorentina, the Italian hardman made a move to Turin for just €4.3 million in 2005. From left-back or centre-back, Cellini has 9 Serie A titles, 4 Coppa Italias and 4 Super Coppa Italias, and a degree in economics and commerce from the University of Turin to his name, as well as teeth marks emblazoned in his shoulder from an encounter with Luis Suarez. However, his hardman image on the pitch and his own personal abilities and that of his beloved Juve have not secured him a winning appearance in the Champions League final. Unluckily, Cellini missed out on the 2015 3-1 final defeat to Barca with a muscle tear, and despite starting the 2017 final versus defending champions Real Madrid, he could do little to stop the Spanish giants running out as 4-1 winners. Some of you will probably call this a bit of a cheat as, at 36, Cellini is still at Juventus, albeit in a supporting role. I'm hedging my bets for this season that this will work out with Juve blowing it again and the video will actually age well. So that completes the defence on the list. Please comment below and like, share and subscribe. Thank you for your support.